The second Major Arcana card is actually card number 1. See it right there in Roman numerals 1, and it is the Magician. Now let's see what it means in the upright. I'm going to put my glasses on and off because the sun is actually so bright right now. So it says you have every tool you need to manifest your dreams and desires. That's in the upright position. I was saying direct, all type of stuff in the other 2 videos, but it's upright and reverse. All right, so for the people who want to learn reverse, it says develop your skills, knowledge, and confidence to let go of self-doubt. So that's actually not even a bad card in the reverse. So it says you have every tool you need. You know, this preacher that I used to follow would say that everything that you need to be successful is already in your life, just awaiting your recognition of it. So I think that's what the Magician's trying to say. So this is the Rider-Waite. We're always going to start with this one because this is what it's based off of, right? This is what tarot is based off of. So the next card we're going to do is my gourmet one. This one right here. My gourmet tarot that my friend Julie sent me right when I started to get interested in tarot. She's been trying to get me interested in tarot forever. When my daughter Jada used to go to the beach to busk, there was a card reader that always stood next to us. Well, she sat with her little thing. And it was pretty cool seeing people stop and they start crying when she tells them stuff. And on our last day at the beach, she read my daughter and me. And she really impressed me because she told me that there was something wrong with my husband Joe, but not to panic because these are just a tool, right? Don't panic, that he'll be okay, but he has to go see the doctor. And we took him to the doctor and they did a colonoscopy because he was due for one. And they found 6 benign polyps in him and they took him out. And I was like, okay, this stuff is really a tool. I don't think she really knew. It's not magic. Maybe she's a prophetess. I don't know. But definitely she knew how to read her cards. She actually was gypsy too. So I think they're born with that ability, don't you? So the Magician in the Gourmet Tarot is this. It's somebody cooking a pot of stew or something and they're putting that little magic seasoning in it. So I kind of like this one for the Magician for my deck that I want to make, because remember I'm going to make a food deck, right? So I'm thinking about something like that. So that's why I have some of them in sequence, the way the cards came, and only some of them are mixed up for me to use to read, because I'm still studying out the cards to see what they mean. So then the Magician in the Gilded Tarot Royale. Oh, go away, go away. There's one left in here. In the Gilded Tarot Royale, this one, this I think if I were to pick cards that I love the best so far, besides this one, besides the Artemis, something's staying on it, I'll show you in a little while. I like the Gilded Tarot Royale because I like the pictures. So look at this Magician. He kind of looks like Billy Ray Cyrus, doesn't he? And then he has like a pentacle thing in front of him, some wands, a sword, a goblin. Is a goblet, a goblet, a goblet cup. I'm not gonna be erasing mistakes, okay? And remember, guys, I'm not really teaching you how to read tarot. I'm learning, and while I'm learning, I'm sharing my journey with you. So if you know better, please school me, okay? School me in the comments, especially if you know how to read. Especially if I'm understanding it wrong to start with. I don't want to learn it wrong. And I will take lessons from somebody. I have somebody on YouTube I want to take lessons from. But the lessons start in October. Right now, today is September the 5th, 2025. And I don't know what it's going to cost. If it's like $300 for the 8-week course, I won't be able to afford it. But if it's like $50, I can afford it. If not, I'll find somebody who can teach me for $50, right? I don't know what that little glaring light on his head is. And they say that every time you read the cards in sequence, you know, with your whole spread, sometimes other things will stand out at you. Like, I've never really watched these cards, right? There's something on his head going on here. Can you guys see that? I have the product showcase on the camera, so you should be able to see it. Then they have like an infinity sign. I just saw that right now. So Ciro Marcheri put a lot of things in here. Pretty cool. I like his earrings too. One of them is like a circle with a little cross hanging off of it. It's weird. I'm gonna start watching every little thing now. Of course, when it comes to this one that I got from Temu, my Temu set of cards, right? I was saying don't buy this, but because it's so cheap for $3, buy it because it puts a lot of info. You just need a magnifying glass to see. Darn, it's so small. So it's the same dude. It's the same dude like on that one, see? But it's smaller in the picture. And it says it's Mercury. That's the planet, and it's an air sign. I'm not going to remember any of those. Honestly, I won't. And I don't know that we need to remember it. I've seen card readers say, oh, this is Mercury. They've been doing it for 20 years, right? So in the upright position, it says action, creation, manifestation, power, self-confidence, clarity, willpower, skill, and creativity. I'm not going to remember all of those. So I'm going to remember what that preacher said. Everything that you need to be successful is already in your presence, right? Just awaiting your recognition of it. So for the magician, for me, I'm going to remember this one that says you have every tool you need to manifest your dreams. So I'm going to remember manifestation, and I'm going to remember that I have every tool to manifest my dreams. I don't know what you're going to take away from this. All right? In the reverse for this one, it says manipulation, insecure, poor planning, untapped talents, lack of confidence, narcissism. See, I'm not going to remember all this reverse. I'm just going to do upright, okay? So see how I corrected myself already? Upright, all right? So this is the next Marchetti. Remember I told you I was going to tell you the name because I don't know the name. All it's called is Marchetti Tarot. That's what it's called, Marchetti Tarot. Look how pretty that little girl is. So now, this is his magician. This one looks creepy. This kind of looks like he would be Moses from the Bible or something like that, right? And for those of you who might be asking, I am a Christian, but I don't feel like any of this is bad, because if you play playing cards, you are essentially messing with tarot. Because that's where it all started, with all those suits. Like, for instance, in tarot, you have the hearts. In the playing deck, you have the hearts, but in tarot, that's the cups. Hearts and cups are interchangeable. And then the spades is the same as the sword. The clubs is the same as the wands. And then the diamonds are the same as the pentacles, and pentacles are also called coins. So he doesn't have as lot going on in this one as he has going on in this one, right? From Ciro Marchetti. But they have a lot of things on the man's fingers. What in the heck is that? Is that like the signs for the planets or something? I don't know what that is. This one kind of scares me. Honestly, this one kind of spooks me out. So let me look at my notes. Remember I told you I have this PDF. I'm going to go find it and clean up any mistakes that I have in it, like misspelling, because I typed really fast with this. So the Emperor, it says card number 1 right there. Anything that's in the dark is from this. That's where I stole that from, the meaning. You have every tool you need to manifest your dreams and desires. And then it says the Magician is pointing to the capability and resources and you're at your disposal. See, I said and your disposal. I got to go fix that, right? Remember that you are powerful so that the outer world may recognize your strength. I might have gotten that from ChatGPT originally. I don't know, or maybe from another reader. Let's see what it says in the Gilded Tarot Royale book, because remember, he gives me a whole book. And we are in the Major Arcanas. Number 1, it says discipline and responsibility. You have the power within yourself to accomplish whatever you wish. You have the necessary tools at your disposal. Focus your will and hone your skills. We're not going to read the reverse for this one. Remember, we're not trying to do reverse. And then this is his other book, Marchetti other book. And it says, like the fool, this magician differs. Oh, he's just telling you how he made the picture. And it says, the symbols we see on his hands and his halo perform the same function as the traditional ceremonial magician or street magician. He says originally the magician is like a street magician. This one, you know, like you go to the pier and you see these street magicians or whatever. So on this one, it says the symbols we see on his hands and in his halo. Where's the halo's behind him? Perform the same function as the traditional ceremonial magician's or street magician's tool. They show us that the magician accomplishes anything he wishes by first arranging and organizing the relevant thoughts and concepts. This is the magician's power, and it's a power available to all of us in our lives to make things happen by formulating plans, representing by symbols, and then take action to implement those plans, represented by the hand. You know, every time you go to a healer, you know, even if it's like a church healer, they use their hands, right? And some healers are legit because when they touch you, you feel the heat come out of their hands into your body. So this is what the magician is. We can manifest anything we want. And when you see that card come up in a reading, because it's a major arcana, it says, look, pay attention. You have all the tools you need to manifest everything you want. So now I'm going to do a pick a card. But what I'm going to start doing for my pick a cards, instead of taping it in the landscape position like this, I'm going to pause the camera, switch the camera to profile, and then get my deck together and pull that one, because I want to pull this segment out as a short. All right, so you might see it in the long form video, but I'm going to pull it out as a short. And if you notice, after I put up the sign that says, please, thank you for subscribing or whatever, I only ask you to do one thing so far. I ask you to subscribe. Because if I ask you to do too many things, you're going to forget, right? So one thing is to subscribe. Once I play that, always wait for some more stuff at the end of the video, because I like to put stuff on the end of my videos that's called gush. Like I come back and I give you more. It might be a blooper. It might be more information on something totally different than what the video is. So don't miss it. You want to watch all the way to the end. And remember what? Tarot is for entertainment purposes only. Do not make life changes based on anything any card reader tells you, okay? Don't even make life changes based on the stuff the prophets and the prophetesses in the church tell you. Because every time I've gotten a prophecy, I always go through some stuff first. I have to go through a lot of negative things to get to whatever that prophecy is. So just hold on. Hold on. You know, be positive and just know that you have everything in you. God already equipped you with everything that you need, right? So let me pause to turn the camera to do my little card of the day. I'm using this deck right here that I got from Temu, guys, to pick our card of the day. I've already shuffled pretty much, so I'm going to go ahead and just pick one. And I think yesterday I picked from the top. I'm not sure. But today I'm going to pick one from the middle. Ooh, I wanted this one, but this one hopped out. So let's see what this one says. The Sun. And it says, positivity, pleasure, happiness, vitality, fun, joy, warmth, celebration, success, rebirth, all is well. If you are worried about something today, September the 5th, 2025, guys, know that all is well. Whatever you're going through, this too shall pass, okay? Don't give up hope. I wanted to pick this one. Let's see what this one says. This one says Knight of Pentacles. It says hard work, productivity, routine, responsibility, slow and steady, financial growth, achievement, and good investment. Not a bad card either, but I think this card was meant to come out, the Sun. So for somebody losing hope today, September the 5th, 2025, hang on, guys, hang on. Things are gonna clear up. The Sun is gonna come out again tomorrow, like Annie says, right? Do you guys like my little dog that's always in the background? She's only 9.5 months old. Her name is Eva Moore, and we call her Evie, and she's 3/4 lab. I was going to say just black lab, but the mom is chocolate lab, they said. But when my daughter went to go get her from the distance, the mom looked black in the sunlight. And the dad is black lab mixed with blue heeler. She eats like a lab, but she acts like a blue heeler in every shape and form. She's always rounding us up. So I'm glad that the camera can do this really quickly, that I did my card of the day for you guys. So now I'm going to try to flip it this way without pausing it. I hope I don't have to do anything in editing to fix that. I see a lot of card readers just use their computer and they use some type of program. I don't know if it's Zoom or what, but they use some type of program to just bring the camera for the computer down on the cards, bring it up on their faces. I can't do that. No, I like to use my real camera, my Sony ZV-1, and I edit. And you see that I put a lot of things in the editing so that I can, you know, keep it interesting. I don't want this to be boring. So I'm shuffling because I want to do a Celtic Cross read. Do I want to do that? No. No, I don't know that I want to do reads. Well, yeah, I'll do a read. I'll do a little. This is called Brata. I'm from Belize originally, and so Brata means extra. So this is going to be an extra, okay? Don't tell anyone in the comments that we did this. This is for the people who made it to the end. This is the gush. You want them to make it to the end, right? So I got to clear a lot of things out of here. Man, no one of them card reader this look crazy. So I'm going to start with this top one. And because it is, oh, it's all reversed. Let me switch it. Because it is the Rider-Waite, they're not going to have dirty things, I think, in it. And it's not really dirty. It's like the naked girls and stuff that, you know, YouTube. Oh, I don't want to go. I want to miss some. So there's different way you could do it. You could just peel right off the top, or you could move some and keep it moving. So I have one down. That's the signifier card. And I will take the camera off, I think, and show you guys towards the end. And then this is the challenge. Move some. This is the foundation that it sits on. Move some. This is the recent past. This is what brings the current. The person who's asking the question is called the current. Sometimes you might be the current asking stuff for yourself, but sometimes you're asking stuff for somebody else who's the current, right? So the current came for this reading because something happened to them in the recent past that's, you know, they have a question about. So the overarching energy, or what crowns the reading, goes on the top. And then this is the immediate future. And then internally, what the current sees, what he wants, what she or he desires secretly that they don't want nobody to know. Like they might be going for 2 jobs and they'll tell you, well, I want this one because it's safe and I think I can get it, but really secretly they wanted the other job. And that will usually come out. Externally, what other people want, like for instance, my daughter's friend, he wanted this one job that was further away from his house, and it was an amazing job, and he went through like 3 different levels of interviewing, and he did well, and it really looked like he was going to get that job, and he really wanted that job. But externally, his family, his friends, like my daughter, they wanted him to get the other job because it was closer to home and it would be more convenient with, you know, what he needed to do, you know, to go to and from work. And eventually he got that job. He got that one, and it was the day of them picking the other good job when I threw the cards for him, and it said that he had major competition on that thing, and it might fall through. And he may have to stick with that because he had already gotten that one, but he didn't sign the contract yet, the other job, right? So he's at that job right now, and he likes it. They treat him well, but they don't pay him what he's worth. So he's still like eyeing that job out there. And I think it's come back up again. This is the outcome. And then we have to see what's underneath it all. All right, so let me see. I'm going to show you what came up and talk about it. Then I'm going to show you how the spread looks, okay? So, because I didn't bring my second camera. So this is the Hierophant, is the signifier. And this is what brought the current to ask the question. The Hierophant, let me see. It says, telling you to embrace conventional and follow the rules. Stay the course and avoid attempts at innovation. What was the question? Darn, you have to ask a question first. Well, we're gonna read on that same guy. We're gonna see if he should stay with the job that he has now. He didn't ask the question, but that's the question we're gonna ask. If he should stay with the job that he has now, or he should go for that flashy job that he wants that pays much more and is more exciting, and so on and so on. So the Hierophant says, embrace conventional. So maybe no. I'm thinking that's the first instinct that I have is no. The challenge to the Hierophant is the Fool. Why? Remember what we learned about the Fool 2 videos ago or 3 videos ago? It says, take a leap of faith, step out. Well, this is the one that brought him to the question, right? Which he didn't ask us nothing. He didn't ask us nothing. And so it says, take a leap of faith. So that's the challenge. So the challenge is he wants to take a leap of faith, right? So the foundation is 2 of Swords. And it says on the card, you're having a hard time maintaining partnerships and you're getting caught in the middle of arguments. This is so true about this person right now with something that's going on in his family. Oh my God, should I tell him about this reading that he didn't ask us for? So in the recent past was the King of Pentacles. And this talks about wealth, business, leadership, security, protective, success, authority, abundance. There's abundance in this guy's family, but he may not get an inheritance because of family drama. Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, Earth. Okay, so we're using these cards. We're just going to read what these cards say. I'm not going to go look up in my book. And then the overarching energy, or what crowns the reading, is Strength. This is a good card. You're cool under pressure and retain compassion all the while, even if it causes you harm. It's true. It's true because he's a whole Leo. Yeah, so that's true for him. And then the immediate future is the Queen of Cups. Compassion, comfort, calm, nurturing, healing, emotionally stable, intuitive, and caring. This is somebody in his life that's compassionate. Might be my daughter that's really compassionate towards what he's going through. She calms him, she comforts him. Might even be me, because I'm like a second mom to him, because his mom is... Where's the other card? You guys, what did I have for the outcome card? I lost the outcome card. No, that sucks. It didn't blow away. Did I not lay it down? Okay, well, if I didn't lay it down, we're going to move some and get it. So internally, what he feels, what he doesn't tell people is the emperor, respect, leadership, stability, structure. That's what he wants. He wants people to respect him. He's got a degree, I think a master's. He knows his job, and he's tired of people paying him cheap because he's the new guy on the job, right? Externally, what his friends and the rest of us see is temperance, balance, harmony, moderation, patience. Well, we want him to be patient. We want him to moderate all the things he's going through, right? And we want him to be sensible. All right, so that's good. And then hopes and I messed up. So I did not put the outcome. I missed the whole one, which is the hopes and fear. So if it's a good card, it's a hope. If it's a bad card, it's a fear. Okay, so it's the magician. Didn't we just study about the magician? He has all the tools in his presence to manifest what he wants. Oh my goodness. Mercury, air, action, creation, manifestation. We just studied. There's no coincidences in life, right? Come on. So that's the hope and fear. Then we're going to move some of the cards because this is how I do it. You can just pull off the top if you want. Sometimes I do that, but I decide first what I'm going to do. Evie! The outcome is the Hanged Man. This is not a bad card, but it's not a card that I like. What rules it is Neptune, Pisces, and water. And you know the lunar eclipse coming up on the 7th. Today's the 5th. Is a lunar eclipse in Pisces. My ascending is Pisces. And I think my degree is right at the same lunar eclipse. That's why I've had a rough week with my emotions, guys. I know I look happy on this camera, and for the most part I am, but I've had to breathe. Okay, so it means pause, surrender, which is what you're supposed to do on this lunar eclipse. All the astrologers say you need to surrender. Don't try to manifest nothing during this eclipse season, especially for the lunar eclipse. The other eclipse coming up in 2 weeks is the solar eclipse. And so he needs to let go. He needs to let go and get a new perspective. All right, so that's the outcome. The hangman always means something's on hold. Pause. For the hangman, I think for my deck I have an upside down pineapple. I have an upside down pineapple for the hangman because the hangman's always hanging upside down. What he doesn't see coming, what's hidden underneath it all. Always read the bottom of the deck. Took me a while to practice that. Is the 6 of Pentacles, and it says you may be like this wealthy person in this card, having a good relationship with money and in a position to offer financial assistance to others, or you may be on the receiving end of someone's generosity, and are accepting. Oh my God, it's so small. Accepting these gifts with gratitude. It says giving, receiving, balance, sharing, wealth, generosity, charity, sharing, inheritance, fairness, gifts, presents, prosperity, and abundance. Now this guy, he's making good money, but he has so much student debt that he's still underwater, but his family is affluent. They're rich, and they can actually be a blessing to him. So he might, if he play his cards right, he might be getting some type of inheritance. And when I say an inheritance, I mean even before somebody passes. They have it to give before they pass. But he also needs to remember that he needs to give. And he is a giver, but sometimes when the bills come in, he kind of locks down and he doesn't give, right? So let me get the camera off the stand because I want to show you how the Celtic Cross looks, at least my Celtic Cross. And then maybe if you want to practice, if you have a deck that has things already. It's like, learning singing. When I went for singing lessons, the first month, all they taught me was the anatomy of the body and how the diaphragm works with the vocal cords. And that stuff was boring. I wanted to sing. But I was patient. I never complained because I was on a scholarship. And the teacher saw that in me. And so he was just so excited, and he goes, "You're going to be a great singer, because not once did you ask me when we're going to sing, even though I thought it." So I know you're thinking, "Barbara, I want to do a spread. I just don't want to study out these cards." So let me show you my Celtic Cross spread. And it's spelled C-E-L-T-I-C, like Celtics, like the basketball team. But that word's actually pronounced Celtic for this and Celtic for the salt. And Celtic over there in Ireland. I think America changed the pronunciation, right? Let me grab the camera. This is the first card I laid down in the cross, right? That's the signifier, that's the challenge, and it's always on its side like that. This is the foundation of the reading, and then I go, because I'm going clockwise. Some people do it weird where they will put maybe one here first. I get confused with the other readers, so I make it simple. This one, the bottom one. Go clockwise. That's the recent past. That's crowning the reading or the overarching energy. And then this is the immediate future. If you don't do nothing to make any changes, this is what the future is going to be. Internally, externally, hopes and fears, outcome, and then bottom of the deck. So this is the clock here, right? Remember the signifier, then the challenge. Then you go clockwise, and then you go up that way, because this is supposed to be the stem of the cross, but the table is not big enough to fit it. And most card readers' tables is not going to be big enough to fit it. So they do it this way, off to the side. All right. So this is what the spread is. Don't worry, we're going to do the spread again in the future. So don't worry if you missed it, but you can always rewind the tape and get it, right? Evie, say hi to the viewers. Say hi. She's on her blue healer thing, herding me. Herding. You want to see her give me a death stare? Evie? Walkies? We had a black lab named Wednesday that passed away last year, 2024, and that was her little code word for walking. We would say it that way, and she would light up. And even at the moment that we were putting her down, because she had a tumor, we said that word, and her eyes, she couldn't even move her body. She was just so hopefully one last walk, right? So we've trained her with that word now, and she will give you a death stare. Are we going? Are you messing with me? So I can't go walk right now because we have an appointment for my husband at the doctor, just a regular visit for 10:15, and it's 9:48 now. So I hope you guys enjoy this, and I'll see you tomorrow with another card. Make all my thoughts your love thoughts. That's what you made me for. Holy Spirit, to pour your healing on. Make all my thoughts your love thoughts.